Hi, I'm Rob, and it's the last day of Guild Wars in the Gemfather, a really new guild, barely 2 or 3 months old. I think we're safe for promotion this week on 1.2 million points. Do have a couple of spaces spare at the moment. Easy weekly requirements for most players, PS4 and PS5. All we ask is that you meet those requirements and participate in the weekly events. Don't just sit there in the background thinking you're going to get all the rewards for doing nothing. That is what caused the last few players to be shown politely where the exit door was to this guild. So we're up against Rich 55 today and the Oneness. And it's a really low level team. You can only beat what is in front of you at first till we rise up those brackets and get the stronger opponents. Everybody has to start somewhere. Deals 9 damage to the strongest enemy, 8 damage to a random enemy, light splash damage, and transforms yellow to a chosen colour and gives life. So I'm just going to use this opportunity to show a few different teams, things like that. This is a really good team all round. It's a good mana gen team. You've got a couple of mana generators. We entangle the first troops all over the place. We create skulls galore. Really good safe team if you're fighting anybody that generates a lot of skulls. But this is just an all-round fairly strong team. We have the Forest Troll doubling the number of green gems on the board, then creating 3 green gems. Reduces damage from skulls by 33% and entangles the first enemy when doing skull damage. Writhing Staff deals scatter damage, then creates 8 skulls and entangles the first enemy. All giants start with 50% mana in a Titan class. Impact, Counter Attack, Stone Circle, Storm Aura, Rock Solid, Lightning Strike and Lord of Storms are the champion talents I've gone for. Sylvana Mora explodes a column, generating mana and deals damage to all enemies. And a really superb third trait, entangle the first enemy on 4 or 5 gem matches. And Keeper of Souls transforms all gems of a chosen colour to skulls. So, yeah, we get a fast start on a couple of our troops, and then we benefit from that third trait there, and we can look out for skulls there if we want, if the enemy is still alive at this point. So really nice team, all round fun to use. The banner for this is +2 brown, +1 blue, -1 yellow. And let's dive in. Right, so 2 ways you can go about it. You can try and get your giant up first. Generate loads of green to charge up Sylvana Mora, cause damage, and generate mana. But where the enemy isn't obviously very strong, like you still want to try and generate some mana and do a bit of damage at the same time. Like I can win now. They effectively haven't generated any mana or done any damage, so I think this is potentially going to win straight away. Yeah, it did. So I don't know. I don't know if we can maximise points at the moment with these low level enemies, because you get bonus points for getting 4 times the mana of your opponent, which is the mana efficiency bonus, and you get the same damage bonus as well, causing 4 times more damage than your opponent. I may have got that because I don't think they've done any damage, but anyway, 3,245 Guild Wars points. Volley. Not volley. Yolly. Yolly. King Bloodhammer, Barghast, Summoner and Killin. King Bloodhammer deals damage to the 2 strongest enemies, transforms blue to Doomskulls. Barghast, 10 damage to an enemy and the enemy below. Summoner gives 8 life to all allies and summons a Bone Daemon. And Killin converts purple to red and brown to skulls. So I'm just going to go along with the same team here. Obviously, stats-wise, there's nothing for me to really be concerned about here. A better way to go about this sort of battle is, obviously, they may not have been able to predict they're going to fight someone as high-ranking as me in this sort of situation. But you will be fighting other people that are stronger anyway. So a better way to go for them sort of battles is if you're a newer player, is try and pick troops which have Devour, do Death Mark, things like that. Things that can just instantly turn the tables, and doesn't matter how strong the opponent is, it can actually still completely work in your favour. Right, I'm going to grab this brown. I want to try and get my troll up. We'll get some big amount of green from that. That's going to be good for my mana efficiency bonus. Let's do this and generate some mana and do some damage. Might do it again, but without giving the opposition a skull hit. Or I could cast Writhing Staff and be done. Let's get a bit more mana first, just to be really sure. So nice and fast again. Keep going, Yoli, you will get there. Everyone was 108 level at some point, and don't be despondent, because that was obviously an easy win for me. Literally, whoever you were playing this game, no matter what level you are now, you were level 1 and level 100 and so on at some point. That was 1,392 Guild Wars points. Next one. Foxy Zenitho. Staff of the Magus does scatter damage. Goblin Rocket. Explodes Gem. Deals 7 light splash damage. Gains an extra turn. Goblin Bomber. Explodes 3 random gems and gains an extra turn. And Shadow Hunter. Deals damage to the strongest enemy boosted by all enemy life. So that's a pretty good choice, because you're using my stats against me. So that is one of the ways that you can actually turn the tables in your favour slightly. Or at least help it out. It's not going to make a difference, let's be honest. But it's all good. But Devour, Death Mark, anything like that, give yourself a chance. You never know what could happen. Just going to grab this for my troll. Or slim chance of this actually working now with only 7 green there. They don't use green on the other side, so this is a safe cast anyway, even if they don't use it. Being a bit mean to me on my colours. None of my colours are there at all. They're going to get the first little dig in. 'Twas a mere flesh wound. Not even getting the mana surges at the moment. Come on. Come on, team. Get your act together. Don't want it taking a long time. Just going to give him another skull hit. But I should get some skull hits in a minute. Right. This time, this should have a better chance of working. Oops. Wrong one. That was lucky. What should we do now? Let's do some of that. They got a few slaps in there themselves. They didn't go down lightly. They gave me a little bit of punishment in return. That was 1,442 points of Guild Warsness. Battle 4 is against PT. This is a better score, 13,566. Archer class, Cedric Sparkle Sack pulls the last enemy to first position, charms a random enemy. Again, that's a good way of using an opponent's strength against them. Summons 1 to 3 Bombots. Egg Thief destroys random gems boosted by its gold, which will get boosted, and gains more gold, and summons dragon eggs. Skeleton Key deals damage to the last and first enemies boosted by its gold, and if an enemy dies, gain an extra turn. And Greed will start with a full mana, gain gold equal to its life, and gain an extra turn. So that is good. Got to watch out for Skeleton Key. That can be really dangerous. So Archer class, I presume they've got that third trait. Just check. Yep, 15% chance for skull damage to be lethal, so you have to watch out for that. That can be, again, a great equaliser. A little bit of luck, they can get a couple of skull hits, and I can be a couple of troops down instantly, but just because of that kind of thing happening. It does actually happen. Champion talents, nothing there to be that wary of. Right, so I'm not going to go with this team against this one, even though I don't want to get hit by skulls, because I would rather not have that 15% chance of an instant death occur. I'll show a different team just for the fun of it. I think I'll roll with this one. Tourmaline, kind of maligned when it came out. People said it was rubbish, as usual. Every new mythic that comes out, unless it kills everybody in like one cast, people say it's rubbish. But when used properly, it's actually really, really good. Just 22 mana cost, damage to all enemies, drains 4 mana from all enemies, boosted by gargoyle gems. It creates a good gargoyle gem itself when matching 4 or more gems, so we can boost up the amount of mana that drains. Chalcedony is a very good looping troop, deals damage to an enemy, then creates 3 brown gems boosted by all constructs. And we have an all construct team, so that is going to be a lot. So we can get Tourmaline charged up really, really quickly, as well as make those 4 matches to increase the amount of mana we drain. Obsidian Libram just simply explodes gems, a lot of them as well, depending on your magic level. Then summons a Obsidian Depth troop. We're in Geomancer class for this. All constructs start with 50% mana. The champion talents are Serendipity, Well Read, Anti-Magic Sphere, Tactician, Rock Solid, Stone Mastery, and Fortitude. And the tower is in here just for a bit of fun, really. Inflicts a random status effect on a random enemy when an ally casts a spell. So that is a negative status effect on one of their team whenever I cast. With this team, you can probably cast Chalcedony as much as you like, because it's going to loop like crazy unless you're frozen. And we're not frozen, so that is completely safe to do. And it does create a gargoyle gem as well, and there's a 7% chance of an extra turn for each brown gem on the board. But I'm not worried about the spell, it's literally just there for that bad tarot trait. You can chuck in Zernabog into that team at the bottom if you like as well. That is going to give you a brown storm. Another good way to go about it. Brown storm every turn as well, not just on the start of the battle. Banner, Petrified Banner from Hellcrag. +2 brown, +1 red, -1 blue. And that's it. The strategy here is to try and get our Tourmaline up quickly, drain their mana, takes away their 50% start they get from their skeleton key. All we need is some brown to get going. That was a good 4 match then, but then there was a little explosion and it ruined it. But it's okay, we can get some brown this way by taking this purple. Chalcedony is up. We'll cast her. She's going to generate an absolute load of brown. That's not all quite construct, is it? I tell a fib earlier. Tourmaline is not a construct, but you're still going to get a really good looping effect with her. Right, Skeleton Key does have 9 out of its 15. As we know, Greed did start with full mana, but we can absolutely spoil their day. Unfortunately, we're going to drain a lot of that mana away. There you go, it's all gone. Good way of negating those quick starts is with this team. So let's do Chalcedony again. Do a little bit of skull damage for variety. And let's do a bit more damage. Get them with that. Let's charge up Chalcedony again, and we'll just look for a skull hit maybe? Or should we go Chalcedony? Got a chance of charging up the whole team, and it did work. So yeah, really easy team to use, that one. Very good against teams that start with full mana or a 50% mana start, because it's so quick at getting going itself. And that was worth 1,632 points. Last battle is against Richard. I wonder where he got the name for his guild from. Mechanist class, 12,267 rated team. Gorgotha, reduce damage from skulls by 75%, explode 28 gems and cleanse itself. Alemagrim, Damage to all enemies. Creates purple, boosted by burning enemies. Ketrustable. Splash damage to an enemy, boosted by my attack, life, and armor. Not too bad in the correct team. And Lady Ironbeard. Deals damage to an enemy, and if the enemy's armor is weaker, deal a triple damage. So Richard's not here. He's run off and he's left his troops to it. So shall I go with this same team again? Yeah, I'll just go with the same team again. Good fun team. Right, so looking for a brown at the start. Failing that, we'll look for yellow. If we don't have that, we'll just take something else. Might as well grab 4 matches when they're there. Charles Sidoni is ready to rock and roll. Looks like we're not going to get just a Everybody's Dead day. We're going to get an Everybody's Dead week. Who should we pick on first? Let's give Golgotha a whack. Who's just about to get a load of explosions and generate some mana. So I could go for my Obsidian Libram. Let's get that up. Let's cast this first. Complete board wipe. Tons of mana. Let's give Golgotha a bit of a whack. Let's drain the mana from Elemagrim because they're nearly ready to cast. Big chunk of it anyway. Damage to all at the same time. Let's give that funny looking creature a wallop. It's in first place. Cast our Obsidian Libram again. You are annoying, so get out of it. Yes. Just looking at the team charged up again. Tourmaline's ready. Let's again spoil their spell casting ideas. They're gone. I mean, you can cast this. This is a 84% chance when it's ready. Didn't really need to do that. I was just trying to get a bit of variety into the team. And just give her a wallop and finish her off. Consider herself walloped. So an Everybody's Dead day and an Everybody's Dead week. Yeah, and that was 1,709 Guild Wars points. Charles Sidoni, what a superb troop she is. And the overall total for today was 9,420, so not that high. Could have gone with some variety in the teams maybe to try and boost the score, but yeah, it just is what it is right now while we're rising up through the ranks. Well, there's the video. If you enjoyed it, click that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.